Welcome to Kayfabe Crimes, the podcast where wrestling is not an alibi. I'm Kim.
And I'm Aaron, and together we're going to investigate the crimes committed on AEW Collision this week. Before we start, we do need to go over a few ground rules, which I've forgotten to get up on the screen, so we're just going to wing it.
I think we know that.
Yeah, we know that by now. The first one is the referees are going to be like the arbiters of the rules. They're going to be our cops in the ring. So if a referee sees something, like today when they saw FDR tying up Strong's leg outside the ring and he just lets it happen, we don't count that as an assault or as a breaking the law because the police have seen it and allowed it to happen.
It was very questionable.
Yeah, very questionable. Like, yeah.
Next is tag teams, multi-man matches. If there are any crimes committed by the multi-men by any of the men in the match, then that is allowed. If you are not a member of the team fighting and you do something illegal, then we're gonna get you.
Yeah. In multi-man matches, it's just chaos, and we feel like if we sat there and broke down every time somebody broke the laws in a multi-man match, we'd be there for a very, very long time.
100%.
And it's very similar rule when it comes to promos. Your promo is meant to rile your enemy up. You're meant to be having a go at each other. You're meant to be fighting talk. If we talk about, we sat there and gave offences to everybody that told somebody they were going to kill them or break a bone, we would be there for a very long time.
Rip out your liver.
Yeah, rip out your liver and eat it, or spread your ass, hangman.
I mean, I don't think that's a crime.
Well, depends what he does, if Kyle's into it, but yes, we would be there for a very long time. And maybe the most important rule, the most important rule, number 4.
This is not serious.
we just do this for a bit of a laugh, to make a different look on wrestling and take it from a different view. Neither of us have got anything to do with any type of law. We're not a lawyer. We're not police. We haven't got a clue what we're chatting on about. Basically, we just make it up as we go along. It is all just a bit of fun. We just want to have a look and have a bit of a laugh. So yeah, come along for the ride. Like, subscribe, and share our podcasts for us. It really does help us out. But let's get into Collision.
Yes, it was quite a quiet one.
Yeah.
Which
Apparently, yeah, for once.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate.
Yeah.
After we were at Wrestle Island last night, so Swerve and Blake Christian have their match, and then Lee Johnson comes in and attacks Swerve. Swerve obviously attacks back, and that's self-defense.
Yeah, he defends himself.
And for some reason, even though the Bucks have been there for the entire freaking match, Swerve looks towards the announcer's desk. Or the commentator's desk, whatever. And obviously the Bucks take advantage of that and hit him in the back of the head. And do an EVP trigger on him.
Yeah, so they give him a little beating when they did EVP trigger, so 2 knees to the head.
And at that point, Kenny comes out to save him. And he gets attacked himself. But then he defends himself by doing this sexy snapdragons that I freaking love so much. And then a V-trigger to Nick.
He didn't
he
quite
goes
get
to
the V-trigger,
but he doesn't get to do it.
See, like, I think if he'd got to pull that V-trigger off, you could argue that he might have used excessive force because they were both beaten and out.
Yeah, they were down.
They were down, but because Nick pulls him away, they actually saved Kenny there from, I think, getting a climb from there. Because I think, like, the V-trigger would have been just that one little step too far that he needed to. But
yeah, but
I know you love Kenny and you don't want to, but he's not getting anything. He's okay because he was saved. But I think if he'd got that V-trigger and kneed him in the head, it'd been going too far because with a knee in the head, it's serious.
He did do 3 snapdragons.
Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah.
On I think it was Nick.
Yeah. So. Don't get me wrong, he's not going to get anything. I'm just saying, like, if he'd gone that one step further, I think it would have been a bit too far. So, seeing as it's our first time talking about what is going to be an assault, because clearly Swerve has been assaulted a couple of times here, let's break down the different types of swerve, different types of assaults. You do have different types of swerve. You've got deathmatch swerve, you've got killer swerve, you've got Swerve in his home clothes, apparently.
So we'll start with common assault. Which is probably just going to be the one we do for this whole episode.
Yeah, I think it's going to be mostly the common assault for this episode.
But common assault is when a person inflicts violence on someone else or makes them think they are going to be attacked. It doesn't have to involve physical violence. Threatening words, raised fists is enough. Yeah. As long as the person thinks they're going to be attacked, that counts as common assault.
And one about that you probably really hate about spitting at somebody is another example.
Yep.
If everybody ever gets spit at that, I'm probably just going to go straight for GBH for you.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to argue for GBH.
Yeah. Especially when it's all gauzy and
green. Actual body harm, or ABH, means the assault has caused some hurt or injury to the victim. Physical injury does not need to be serious or permanent, but must be more than trifling or transient, which means at least cause minor injuries or pain or discomfort. Psychological harm is also covered.
And then grievous bodily harm, or GBH, is assault caused serious physical harm. It doesn't have to be permanent or dangerous. A broken bone counts as GBH because it might lead to permanent disability, but it might heal. It can also include psychiatric injury or someone passing on an infection. So, do you agree common assault?
Yeah, common assault, yeah.
Like, there was nothing super serious about it.
You get a couple of knees in the head, but yeah, I think it's going to be common assault for the for both the Bucks and Lee Johnson. Yeah.
So if we do Lee Johnson first?
Yes, so let's break it down. So first we're going to say how culpable they are of the crime. So like, how much are they to blame for doing this crime? I'll break that down, and then you can break down harm, and then we'll go from there. So for culpability, there's two levels. There's higher culpability and lesser culpability. For higher culpability, you've got intention to cause fear or of serious harm, including disease transmission. Victim obviously vulnerable due to age, personal characteristics or circumstances. Prolonged assault or persistent assault, use of substantial force, strangulation, suffocation or asphyxiation, threatened or actual use of a weapon or weapon equivalent, leading role in a group activity. Lesser culpability is lesser role in a group activity, mental disorder or learned disability were linked to the commissions of the offence, excessive self-defence, and all other cases not captured by factors A. I think for Lee, he might be under B.
I was thinking B.
Because it wasn't substantial force by him. He didn't strangle anybody.
No.
And there was no weapons involved or anything like that. So I think he's going to fall under B for that one.
Yeah. I agree. And then for harm, we've got 3 levels. Category 1 is more than minor, or physical or psychological harm. Category 2 is minor. And then category 3 is no or very low level of harm or distress.
So while normally in the past, when we're doing harm, if it's like a group attack, we'd group it all in whatever the final harm was. For Lee, because Swerve defended himself and got up and was okay, I think we should separate them between Lee and what the Bucks had done for harm.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't there for like the rest of it. If he'd at least stayed, then we could group it.
Yeah.
But I think he's just...
Yeah. He did a little...
He did his thing and then was like, bye. I'm out.
Yeah. So which one do you think? Are you thinking on this?
I think 3.
Yeah, I'm thinking 3. B and 3.
Swerve beat him up.
Yeah, Swerve defended
I think Swerve caused more harm to him than he caused to Swerve. So, B and 3. So... I think it should be something to do with the fact that he's teamed up with the Vanilla Baby.
The Vanilla Baby, the ice cream cone.
Baby, yeah.
Well, I'm thinking, and if he's got the ice cream cone there, he's got to work the concessions of the next couple of Dynamite collisions, work on the ice cream stall, sell some ice creams, make AEW some money.
How about he has to just give it for free? Because I feel like that's worse.
But he works the store, he gives it for free, it makes no difference to him. He's just losing out either AEW or the stadium money if he's giving it away for free. Like, it's a good idea.
I'm just thinking, like, people are worse when things are free.
I suppose, but yeah.
Either way, he has to work with serving ice cream.
Serving ice cream at the concession stalls. Make some money for AEW / the events, the stadiums and that. Okay, and so with the Bucks...
I'm scared to give the Bucks any sentencing because
EVPs might come after you,
right? Like I'm all for, you know, it doesn't matter how rich or famous or powerful you are, you get the crime, you do the crime, you get the time.
EVPs have the power to ban you from Forbidden Door.
Exactly. Exactly. What if they take my ticket away?
I'll go on my own. I'm not.
But it's also they're going to take your ticket away
I'll
too.
buy another one. It's fine.
No.
Even though the EVPs might be able to stop you from being Forbidden Door, we've got to stand up. We've got to give them what they deserve and what they need to be getting because of the crimes they've committed.
I know. We can't be like biased, even if we are a little bit scared.
Yes. I think it might fall under A for this one because the use of substantial force. They both need them in the head.
Yep.
You got a good clack in the head.
Yes.
So yeah, I think it's going to fall under A for this one.
I think so.
Yeah, and for harm, knees in the head could be anything between 1 or 2. I think.
He got up.
Yeah. He was talking with Kenny and that, and he fist bumped and everything at the
So
end.
I want to say 2.
Okay, so A and 2. Mm-hmm. Okay. A and 2, give them 16 weeks community service.
No.
16 weeks custody.
Oh no.
It's alright, they're going to be in jail, they're going to miss Forbidden Door forever. All the Young Bucks fans are going to come and kill us.
It's even worse.
So, yeah, we're just going to go and hide, and we didn't put them away for 16 weeks, we promise. Okay,
Sorry.
so let's go on to the next one. After that, it's Ford attacks Anna Jay after a match. She gives her a little choke while she's on the floor. She beats her up a bit more and then chokes her in the ropes. And then Megan Bain comes down and does the Fate's Descent on her. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think they both fall under common assaults from what we described before. Mm-hmm. With Ford, I think it's going to be A, because strangulation, suffocation, asphyxiation.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think it's going to be either category 1 or 2 because she's choking her out. So whichever one for harm we think it's going to be for her.
I want to say 1 because if as we all know, I'm very tired, so I could be remembering wrong. But I don't think she got up before Megan came down. And
I think, in relation to what we said with the last one, because they were both all together at the end, I think whatever we end up giving for harm-wise for will carry on to Bane as well. Because it's like a joint attack more than it was last time. So yeah, I would be happy to say category 1 because, like you said, she was out, she was done, and it was she got choked twice, and she got dropped on her head basically nearly as well for the Fate's Descent as well. So for 4, it's definitely A and 1, which will give her a bit more than 16. I think it's 26 weeks. And
Kip, if you need some comforting during this time, I volunteer.
You offer your service. You're so kind, offering your services out. Or Penelope, you'll comfort her as well. Or Bane.
Penelope's the one going to prison for 26 weeks.
You'll go into prison just to comfort her as well.
Well, yeah.
Stay.
Yeah. I don't think she'll want to see me.
No, but. For Bane, are we thinking A or B for culpability?
I think B, because she didn't. Although substantial force when you throw someone down with her power.
And also, I think obviously it's not technically the letter of what it means, but she was already dead when she came out to do it. Yeah. So I think she falls under like substantial force. Like it's more than there was needed to hurt somebody. They were already hurt.
Yeah, I agree. Like she was vulnerable due to her circumstances.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. So A and 1 again.
Yeah, so
another 26 weeks.
They can comfort each other.
You're not going to offer your comfort to Joey Janela? Sorry, no. Joey. Sorry.
No, I already have my own weird looking guy.
Oh, you're so kind. I'm not going to be so like you. I'm just going to do it.
Okay. So, next up, we've got Trent and Rocky attack the Outrunners.
Yes. Go on, you.
After they get pissed off because they're underrated. I mean, that's not our fault. Or the Outrunners' fault.
Yeah, true.
We agree you're underrated and underused.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. It's just going to be a common assault again.
Yeah. There was a little scrap at the back. There was no need for the fight. They went over to the outrunners looking for the fight. It wasn't like in the past where two groups are arguing and it just kicks off, where it's evenly.
Yeah.
They weren't looking for that fight with the outrunners. The outrunners was just standing there being 80s.
The outrunners probably were like walking along, saw them in front of a camera, and were like, "Oh,
we'll wait here.
We'll stop."
Yeah.
And then Rocky looked over and was like, "The fuck do you want?"
Yeah, pretty much. So what are we thinking for culpability? It wasn't like they didn't plan it. It was just off the cuff type of thing. I'm gonna say maybe B.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like it falls into any of the ones under the A for culpability. Really looking at it.
I don't think so.
No. What about for harm?
Harm? I don't know, because we didn't even see them finish them, like beating them up.
They did. Oh, they did. They beat them up and then they carried on towards the mic while they were on the floor.
Didn't they?
I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 though, because it wasn't much. It was a few kicks and punches when they were on the floor. So 2 or 3, I think.
I think 2, because they are the youngest men alive.
They are the youngest men alive.
That
picking
much,
on young men. Yeah.
Can't hurt them too much. If they were older, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so
They're
B and 2. What do we get for B and 2? Community order. Okay.
I got one.
Go on then.
Okay, so they were all best friends.
Yes.
with Orange and
No, you mean they were best friends.
Yeah, that's what I said. They were all best friends.
I thought you said I'm just making sure the were.
They were. I'm going to get so much hate for this one.
I can't wait.
They have to help out making friendship bracelets before a show.
Oh, that's fucking perfect.
Remember what friendship is all about.
See if we can get them to remember what friendship is all about. Yeah. So Trent and Rocky will be sitting there, a fan event. Anybody can come and join in. Come and make some bracelets with the ex-best friends. Yeah. I'm
gonna get so much hate.
I'm gonna clip this and put it out there just so that you get abuse.
Did I not get enough abuse about the barefoot wrestling?
You've got to stop saying controversial things and you'll stop getting the abuse. I'm just going to clip that part just to wind people up.
Okay.
Okay, and I've got to do what I think is the last one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So after the match between FDR and the Paragon, which I feel like the Paragon is Adam Cole being a nerd again, because that's from Mass Effect. Adam Cole showing his big nerd energy, which I love. The whole AEW.
They're all fucking nerds.
They are all like Swerve coming out as Boo from Dragon Ball Z, and like then other people from DC Comics and all big fucking nerds, and it's fucking amazing. I love it. So after their match, Stoke pulls Adam's leg, and while he's distracted, FDR then Shatter Machine's Strong. And obviously they've just had a big ruling match, and then they just drop him on like a bag of potatoes basically with his Shatter Machine. It's clearly assault. I don't think Stoke's gonna need to be anything done to him, because we didn't give Don Callis anything when he just pulled the leg. It wasn't until he started kicking people later on. However much I would love to feel the wrath of Big Stoke, I don't think we're gonna give him anything this time. Plus he's bald on ball virus. But yeah, so I think it's just going to become an assault for FDR and FDR bald. I think it might be similar to what we literally just done, because it's pretty much very, very similar attack. There's no prematurity, like they didn't plan it. It's just, you know what, we're bellends, we're going to do something at the end of the match, basically. So I think it's going to be B2 or 3 again for harm, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say 2 because it was at the end of the match.
Yeah.
And it was a very, very grueling match. I mean, I was worried about Kyle because he sweat. It's like, somebody check his blood sugar, please.
So B and 2 gives us another community order. So what are we thinking?
I don't know. They're getting a lot. We need to have like a list of options.
What have we gave FDR before? I know what. So after that really funny but not very apologetic letter they gave to Tony Schiavone, they need to go and attend a forgiveness seminar so they can actually learn what forgiveness actually means and, you know, apologise to people properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Nigel would be down for that. Like, I don't think you apologised to me, really.
Exactly. So get a proper apology out of them, and then they've got to go and give Tony and Nige a proper apology. Yeah,
I think that's a good idea.
Cool.
Yeah.
We just before we do that, have you got anything you wanted to talk about? Because
that Hangman.
Oh, the Hangman promo. Go on, go for it.
That just I am curious who came up first. Like, did the person who set up the shots come up to Hangman and be like, "So, can I hear your speech? Have you planned anything?" And he's like,
Hangman definitely feels like a person just wings it.
Yeah. Or was he like, I don't know, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna fuck him up. And this person was like, I got it.
No,
and gave him all the stuff.
No. Hangman definitely just wings it, and he comes up with brilliance. Maybe he was talking to Tony Storm like 5 months before the promo, because it was a very Tony Storm-esque promo. He was going to whip him, he was going to bite him, and he was going to spread his cheeks, basically. So it's a very Tony-esque promo, that.
Yeah, but all I can picture is the belt.
Yeah. Is that going to be your new wallpaper?
Yeah. Just...
I'll see if I can video. But yeah, I've not got much to talk about other than you wanted to talk about that, so you get your perv on.
What about Scotty too?
Oh yeah.
What about Scotty?
After Atomic Scott Oberman won his 4th belt, he's coming for you, Monet.
Yeah, Monet, one of yours isn't even real.
Don't say that. You'll have half of it. That's all. You're just going to get absolutely fucking blocked by everybody. You're going to take down our fucking podcast. Oh, no.
Maybe don't include that bit then. Right?
No, I'm going to put it in. Get Britless want to hate you because apparently that belt doesn't count. But yeah, Scott Oberman won his 4th belt. He won the Atomic title, the Wrestle Island title yesterday in a really good match. So well done, mate. Frank, well done.
I love him. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. So yeah, as I said before, please like, share, and comment below. Maybe tell us what you think of the funniest community service was this week. But yeah, we'll see you again now. It will be on Friday, I think. Yeah, Friday, yeah.
Yeah, because we watch on Thursday.
Yeah. So thank you very much, and see you later.
Yeah, see you next week.